our leader, you see, the Prime Minister of exile government. Right from the beginning, you see, although this is de facto sort of exile government, but you see, we never use the word exile government. So we never use Prime Minister. So therefore, we usually describe the political leader of our central administration, like that, political leader of our community. That's all. So the Prime Minister, this word, again means, you see, above Prime Minister, either President or something, or King. I completely retired. Or ordinary citizen of Tibet, or like that. So actually he, like President, all power in his hand. So I usually, you see, make clear that, firstly, we are not seeking independence. I think some young Tibetan may sort of against that. But think more seriously, holistic way, and realistic way. Leave aside emotion. This is a serious matter, our struggle. So we must be realistic. In order to develop realistic sort of approach, we have to know all the reality, holistic. So sometimes you see the people, you see, loves comparison 13th Dalai Lama and 1913, and now 2013. Big differences. At that time, Chinese emperor collapsed. The central authority collapsed. I think 1912 collapsed. So those forces inside Tibet, no sort of there is no support from. So very easy. Now today, I think about a million Chinese soldiers in different parts of Tibet, and strong government there, economically. Even in the United States and the European Unions, you see, very much sort of serious concern about close relations with China. I think number of occasions, I think people sincerely practice hypocrisy. Here's something different to view, but hello, like that. Sometimes I go teasing diplomats. Oh, you are expert about hypocrisy. So in any way, so we must accept, whether good or bad, we must accept the reality. Not easy. Last 60 years, at my age, at 16 till 76, 60 years, I involved. I seek advice from Pandit Nehru and many Indian freedom fighters. Not easy. So government of India also, you see, recognize Tibet autonomous region of People's Republic of China. So things are not easy. And then most important, the solution for our conflict, we must have support from Chinese people. So our middle way approach is really broad, a lot of support from Chinese, mainly Chinese thinkers, writers, and educationists. So these number very few, but any society, intellectuals, thinkers are very important. So therefore, I think one example, after 2008 crisis, we noticed about over 1,000 articles in Chinese language wrote by Chinese. All fully support about our middle way approach. and very critical about their own government policy. I consider, I never take it credit away, but I believe because of our way of approach, not one side win, one side lose. No, mutual benefit. I try to say, because of the bluntly mentioned to these young Tibetans. I think among even here, I think after finishing your study, whenever opportunity comes, I think you are thinking go to America. I think few thousand Tibetans from India illegally immigrated to Europe and America. These not seeker for spirituality from like Davison or these Tibetans not sort of even illegally immigrate America, not for spiritual sort of reason, but money, dollar. So many Tibetans consider rupee is cheap, dollar is high, or euro also is quite high. So actually, you see, Tibetan also, you see, we are human beings. We want modernized Tibet. Clear? So as far as material development is concerned, if we remain within the people of China, it is our interest, provided they must give us alternative. Sort of full authority, taking care about our own culture, our own language, our own spirituality, our own environment. All these Tibetans should have the full authority. Then we can take care about these things. So that's the mutual benefit. Okay. So therefore, the Chinese government always accuse us we are seeking independence. Actually, the Chinese leaders knows we are not seeking independence, but they find easier blame these Tibetans, including Dalai Lama, seeking separation. So much easier to tell 13 about 1.3 billion Chinese people. If the people knows Dalai Lama and our political leadership, these are not seeking separation, independence, then people will get some kind of question. Why? Then the Chinese government remain no contact like that. So therefore, if we say we have exile government, implication is we are seeking separation. So that won't help, our problem. And then also, that may create more problem to Indian government. So therefore, many years ago, one press meeting, one Indian journalist, he described, then the former Kalunchiba, Professor Samdurumchi, he described Prime Minister, exile government. I immediately made it clear. We never call exile government Prime Minister. Simply the head of our central administration. Immediately I made clear. So, of course, I appreciate. I think this morning, I think you also use that word. I appreciate. So I think the educated Indian knows one time the president, the chief minister of Himachal. Once I visited his own sort of palace in Kazakh, Rampur. He mentioned during his father, what kind of relation and trade between Tibet, and he mentioned at that time complete sort of independent country. So many Indians, knows that. So you also express that way, but now we have to past. Why? We are independent nation. 7th century, 8th century, 9th century, we invaded China. 1955, the 54, I mentioned this morning. When 1955, I returned from Peking to Lhasa. On the way, I spent a few days in Xingen. They call Chang'an or something. So the Buddha statue in Lhasa Cathedral actually is brought from that. So one day, that day, no sort of official sort of formal program. So we just rest. So afternoon, we just go the sightseeing of the ancient city's wall while we rest, relax. I think most probably, vice chairman of the provinces, he also with us. He mentioned in ancient time, Tibetan army reached up to this wall. So Chinese emperor have to fled. So at that time, due to Tibetan army, the Chinese emperor fled. So 1959, due to Chinese army, we fled. So in any way, like that, you see the ancient time, Tibet in Central Asia, very forceful, was a very powerful nation. So we always make clear, past, we are a separate country, linguistically, culturally, even geographically. We are separate. But we always looking forward. We do not want to repeat past history. Clear? So therefore, and then I always looking with admiration, the spirit of European Union. Dr. Adenauer, your first president, Chancellor Adenauer, and de Gaulle. French was that big nose, so really very, very big nose. You see, these, both this. Really, these people, I think, a lot of vision. So you see, they create European Union. I think wonderful. And India also, actually, the Bigno Babaji, I think many of you, heard. I had, fortunately, one meeting. A wonderful person. He creates, he expressed one vision, ABC. Do you heard? Some of you heard? So the meaning, A means Afghanistan, B means Burma, C means Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Then India, Pakistan. As someone has mentioned, before partition, one. So on top of that, Afghanistan, Burma, Sri Lanka join. So some kind of federation he expressed. I'm quite sure if that idea materializes, then the lot of unnecessary problem between India and Pakistan no longer there. And also Afghanistan may be much peaceful today. And Sri Lanka as well. So now time come. We are not in 7th century, 8th, because of the Martian, that is, or those was before, say, 18th, 19th century. At that time, each sort of sovereign state, they consider their own sort of sovereignty as something very sacred. Now today, reality much changed. European Union needs America. America needs European Union. And the whole Europe needs Middle East. Middle East needs West. As well as India and China. The East needs West. West needs East. That's today's reality, isn't it? So the common interest is the top most important. Therefore, we also is thinking, common interest. Let us try to achieve that. No problem. So therefore, this is the why I'm making this correction, that, or clarification, it's a clarification about that, not out of fear, but some sound reasons. So I just want to tell you. That's all. Thank you.